Philosophy, Politics, and Economics, or PPE, is an interdisciplinary CMC major founded in the 1980s by Professors Eliot, Bjork, and Roth. It is based off a similar program at Oxford that originated in the 1920s and has many notable alumni, including several prime ministers. At Oxford, PPE actually became the major of choice for their best and brightest. And here at CMC, we wanted to create a similar academic home where students could become not just good students, but great thinkers who could express themselves through discourse and writing.
PPE is the only major at CMC where you have to apply in order to be accepted. Only around 24 students are accepted each year. Once the professors who are in charge of selecting applicants make their decisions, students are split into 2 tracks that we call cohorts. Each cohort then has about 12 people in it, and the cohorts are named Sexton and Murdy. And you're going to go through the next 3 years with the other members of your cohort, taking all of your PPE-specific classes with them. The cohorts are a really cool way to get to be really close with your classmates and get to have an extended conversation about the same topics, but evolving every time you learn a new reading because you have a common base of knowledge and you've known each other for so long that you really start to get to know the other people in your track and get to know about their weird interests and the things that you know that they're going to focus on in a reading.
PPE is a 3-year program, meaning it's a 3-year commitment. You take 6 classes with your group called the cohort. You apply in the fall of your sophomore year and you start taking classes in the spring. Your first year, you take philosophy. In the spring of your junior year, you take politics. Then in either the fall or the spring of your senior year, you take economics. Altogether, you take 2 classes per subject with a 1-year commitment to each subject.
There are 2 classes that you have to take when you're in PPE. You take seminar and tutorial. So for seminar is a once-a-week 3-hour discussion where all students are given the same readings and people really take the time to read them carefully, so this leads to really interesting and thoughtful discussion in class. Tutorial is focused on writing and discourse, and it's a once-a-week 1-hour discussion with you, your professor, and another student who will be your partner for that week. Basically, you'll be writing either a 5-page paper analyzing and then critiquing or trying to put an argument in a new context, and the other week you'll be writing a 3-page comment responding to your partner's paper.
So the professors you have for PPE are determined by your track, and they're responsible for handling both your seminars and your tutorial. For Sextons, you'll have Professor Hurley for philosophy, Professor Thomas for politics, and Professor Bjork for economics. For Murdys, you'll have Professor Martin for philosophy, Professor Sinha for politics, and Professor Shelton for economics. It's mostly the professors who decide what you read during your course. However, there are some core readings that both tracks will end up reading, for example, Rawls and Locke, although the professors may choose to put different emphasis on the topics within those same readings.
Before you get into PPE, you have to take 3 prerequisite classes, namely Intro to Philosophy, Intro to Government, and Intro to Economics. Outside of your PPE only classes, you have to take either macro or microeconomics. Outside of macro and micro, you have to take 1 upper division class in 2 of the 3 PPE categories, which means you take 2 upper level classes in total, unless you're a dual major. If you have any questions about what classes to take, whether you're in PPE or applying to it, you can always double check with the registrar's office.
The process for applying to PPE starts around October of your sophomore year. An email will be sent out to all of the sophomore class asking for applications for PPE. In there will be the specific deadlines and materials. You'll definitely need to submit a resume, a personal statement, and grades. That personal statement will involve you describing why PPE is right for you and why you are right for PPE. You also definitely want to finish your prerequisites before you start PPE in the spring semester of your sophomore year. Also, make sure to come out and talk to PPE students and professors. We're really excited to talk to you about PPE and help figure out if this is the right thing for you to apply to. We will be around campus. You can always go to the professors' office hours and talk to them. And also we have public events at the Care Center and at the AF where you can come and talk to us.
PPE is an amazing opportunity to learn with really curious, dedicated individuals who are interested in learning across a variety of different disciplines. Our graduates go on to do amazing things. We have among our ranks doctors, lawyers, politicians, We really hope that you take the opportunity to come talk to us and consider applying for PPE and becoming a part of a close-knit community here on campus and to be a part of our next PPE cohort.